Simply by bringing awareness to the mind, you naturally detach from its thoughts, its meanderings, any kind of mind wandering that you may have going on. When you observe your own thoughts, you naturally create a separation from them because you see that they often just arise on their own. In this way, you are not as likely to get sucked into each individual thought. You can notice individual thoughts, overarching mental states, or how active or dull the mind is within any given particular moment. So this practice that we're going to work through today, it offers another way to understand the thinking mind. You will use a simple exercise of noting, which you may have experienced before, to look at where the mind is as thoughts arise. And then rather than focusing on the content of the thoughts themselves, you will tune into their general context. So to begin this practice, if you just find yourself in a comfortable posture, maybe a seating position, laid down, standing, and just feel yourself grounded, either on the floor or the bed or the seat. And let's start by just taking a deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. So on the next deep inhale, just close the eyes, and just as you breathe in, just adjust the body to find a comfortable and sustained posture. As we now just continue our cycle of breathing, just returning it back to normal, but just noticing every in-breath and every out-breath, and the subtle movements that you're experiencing within the body. So in this practice, as you will be working with thoughts, it's helpful to dedicate the first couple of minutes to building concentration. So to begin, let's choose a place in the body and rest the awareness of the breath on that particular part. So as we take a deep breath in through the nose, just focus on the part of the body, the place in the body that comes to mind. So it may be the chest, it may be the nose, the mouth. So just as you breathe in, just focus attention on that place. And then when the mind wanders, if the mind wanders, just simply bring it back with kindness to the experience of breathing. So just to open your awareness to the mind and the thought processes. And as you continue the breathing exercises, just using the breath as the anchor, just staying with the sensation of breathing until a thought arises. And then when you do notice that thought, just note what is the general context of that thought. Rather than tuning in to the specifics of the thought, just note whether it is rumination, it may be problem solving, fantasizing, or maybe it's another type of thinking pattern. Just note it, and then return back to the breath. to patiently sit with the body breathing. So once the thought has come and you've let go, just breathing and just focusing on the place in the body, just waiting for another thought to arise. And then once again, just note what the thought is in general, without diving into any specifics or getting wrapped up into that thought. And now as we just extend the practice, so when a thought does arise, just note whether it is about the past, whether it is about the present, or whether it is about the future. And remember, we're not judging here. So without labelling one as good or another as bad, just note where the mind is. Just be curious. And now as you begin to come out of this practice, just try to retain some awareness of the thinking mind. So as you're going about the daily tasks, just recognize when the mind may be wandering and just maybe note some of those experiences. Just try noting where the mind is when you see this happening. So if you finish this practice with a deep in-breath through the nose and out-breath through the mouth, and just feel yourself grounded once again, so maybe your feet on the floor, your thighs on the chair, or your back against the bed. And just notice any sounds or smells around the room as you now just open your eyes and bring yourself back into the current environment.